Thank you for visiting the Shadowverse Chronicles. Please like and listen to the whole story. You will be surprised. Now please enjoy The Haunting of Whispering Pines.
Emma shifted uneasily on the couch, her eyes fixed on the screen of her phone. She had always relied on Mark for tech-related issues, preferring to stick to Instagram and Facebook for socializing. The recent odd behavior of her phone had pushed her to the brink of her limited tech knowledge. Photos from her gallery were disappearing, eerie static interrupted her calls, and bizarre text messages came from unknown numbers. Her stomach churned with a mix of dread and frustration. "Mark, have you noticed anything weird with your phone lately?" Emma's voice was laced with unease, her fingers tapping nervously on the armrest as Mark returned from work. He glanced at her, his brow furrowed, setting down his briefcase. "Weird how?" His tone was casual, but the flicker of concern in his eyes betrayed him. "Pictures disappearing, strange noises during calls, and I've been getting these weird texts." She handed him her phone, showing the latest message that read, "Remember Lisa?" The name hung in the air, heavy with the weight of unresolved questions. Lisa had been more than a friend. She was the missing piece in a puzzle that haunted their lives. Mark's face darkened. Lisa had vanished years ago under mysterious circumstances, and the mention of her name sent a chill down Emma's spine. "Maybe it's just a glitch," Mark suggested, though his voice lacked conviction. "I'll look at it later." That night, as Emma lay in bed, the unease gnawing at her, her phone buzzed again. She hesitated before picking it up, the screen displaying another cryptic message. "Whispering Pines holds the truth." Her pulse quickened. Whispering Pines was an abandoned neighborhood on the outskirts of the city, a place shrouded in rumors and ghost stories. The next day, Emma couldn't shake off the feeling of dread. She decided to investigate Whispering Pines. The drive to the outskirts of the city felt surreal, each mile taking her closer to an unsettling mystery. Whispering Pines was a ghost town, its dilapidated houses standing like silent sentinels in the twilight. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the wind whispered secrets through the overgrown trees. The cracked pavement crunched beneath her feet as she walked, the eerie silence amplifying every sound. Her heart pounded louder with each step, the whispers growing more insistent, urging her deeper into the heart of the abandoned neighborhood. Her phone buzzed again, the screen lighting up with another message. "Find the house with the red door." Emma scanned the row of houses until she spotted it, a weathered two-story house with a faded red door. Her breath caught in her throat as she approached it, the air growing colder with each step. She pushed the door open, the hinges creaking in protest. Inside, the house was a maze of decaying furniture and broken memories. Emma's phone buzzed once more, guiding her to a hidden staircase leading down to a basement. The air grew colder and more oppressive as she descended, her flashlight casting eerie shadows on the damp, mouldy walls. At the bottom, she found herself in a small, dimly lit room. In the center stood an ancient, ornate box covered in strange symbols. Her phone buzzed again, the message clear. "Destroy the artifact!" Emma's hands trembled as she reached for the box, a cold, malevolent energy radiating from it. With a desperate cry, she hurled it to the ground, the ancient wood splintering and releasing a blinding, purifying light. The room filled with the anguished wails of the trapped spirits, their forms dissolving into the light as they ascended. Among them was Lisa, her eyes pleading for release. With a surge of determination, Emma smashed the box against the floor. The oppressive presence that had filled the room dissipated, leaving behind a sense of peace. Exhausted, Emma climbed back up the stairs and left the house. The once ominous neighborhood now seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. She drove home in silence, the weight of the experience settling in. Back at home, Emma sat on the couch, her phone still in hand. She opened the messages one last time, seeing the haunting messages from Lisa. With a deep breath, she deleted them all, feeling a sense of closure and peace wash over her. Mark entered the room, concern etched on his face. "Emma, are you okay?" She looked up at him, a small smile forming on her lips. "I am now. I faced my fears, and I think I've finally put the past to rest." Emma placed her phone on the table, a symbol of her overcoming the unseen forces that once controlled her. The silent device now represented peace and closure, the haunting echoes replaced by tranquility. She had confronted the darkness of Whispering Pines and emerged victorious. The city outside continued its bustling life, unaware of the silent victory won in the shadows. Whispering Pines was just another ghost story, but for Emma it was a testament to the strength of the human spirit. With a final glance at her phone, now silent and still, Emma felt a sense of tranquility she hadn't known in years. The nightmares were over, and she was ready to embrace the light of a new day.